very words that we speak can either positively or negatively impact our lives. So, I have 7 different ways to help us speak more positive things so we can see more positive results in our lives. Let's get into this video. Please go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification button, and thumbs up this video. One of the passages that comes to mind when I think about positive speaking is James chapter 3 verses 1 through 12. It's a very powerful passage. When you get the chance, please go ahead and check it out. So during this passage, James talk about the horse and the bit. Okay, how small the bit is that is used to control the horse. Then you have the rudder, how small it is, but yet it's used to help steer the ship. Likewise, you have a spark that, in comparison to a large forest, can set that entire thing ablaze. Similarly, the tongue, one of the smallest members of our body, but it is one of the most powerful because it can destroy a life. Okay, verse 6. I'm going to read verse 6. That's James chapter 3, verse 6. And it says, "Likewise, the tongue also is a fire, a world of evil among the parts of the body. It corrupts the whole person, sets the whole course of his life on fire, and is itself set on fire by hell." That's a lot. That's a lot. And that's something that we have to be careful about. We have to be mindful about our tongue and what we say and what we do. If we look into our lives, if we look around our life, we can probably see or recognize areas that we're probably positive in and negative in because of the things that we even say out of our mouth. Okay? Proverbs tells us that life and death in the power of the tongue, and they that love it will eat the fruit thereof. Man, I've always considered that verse because I want to be more positive and I want to see positive things in my life. So I have to make sure that the words that's coming out of my mouth is positive. And so I want to encourage somebody, because sometimes you may see the glass as half empty instead of half full. And you speak that all the time. Everything is woe is me. Everything is bad and negative. Or you're always speaking down to someone, or your negative words cannot just hurt you, it can hurt other people around you. And you will see it. You will see it. It will destroy a whole life. Because sometimes we do not know what a person is dealing with and what a person is going through. And if we're not careful and we go in and we pile on this negative speaking around them or to them or at them, we're piling on whatever they're already dealing with, whatever they're carrying. And that can be very harmful for some people because you never know what a person is struggling with. Okay? So we have to be mindful of the things that we say. So I have 7 different ways to help us to be more positive. All right? So the first one, prayer. We have to take that thing to God in prayer. If we are constantly speaking negatively, we have to ask God to help us to change the way in which we speak, reprogram our mindset, our heart, our tongue, our words. Okay? Take it to God, and while we're praying about it and asking Him for assistance, get to the root. That's number 2. Get to the root of why we speak the way we speak. Okay? Is it past trauma that we're hiding from or that we're dealing with that causes us to be so negative in our speaking? Okay? Did someone did this to us while growing up? You know what I'm saying? Or even in adulthood, past relationships. Okay? It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be platonic as well. But did someone negatively tear you down? And as a result, now you're doing the same thing to others or to yourself. A lot of times when people have been spoken to negatively and they're not healed from that thing, they constantly do it to themselves. They start to believe the lies that people say about them. They start to believe the lies that was told to them. Even children growing up like this. So we have to be careful not to do those things to others, and definitely don't do it to ourselves. All right, so that's the second one, is to check for the root of the problem. All right, if it's past traumas, or if we're hiding our own insecurities by speaking negatively to someone else. So the third one is that after praying, after getting to the root, now we're going to start speaking positively to ourselves. We're going to encourage ourselves. We're going to affirm ourselves. If you have to look in the mirror every single day and do that thing, look in the mirror every day and do that thing, to start speaking positively. It may take a time. It may take a while. It's a process. But you encourage yourself. You speak positively to yourself. You remind yourself of who you are and whose you are. Use the scripture to affirm yourself. When those negative thoughts come in your mind, rebuke them, because the thoughts will come telling you you're not enough. You rebuke it. I am enough. I am more than enough. I am more than a conqueror through Christ Jesus. You quote the scriptures back to yourself and remind yourself of who you are in God. All right? And that is number 3. All right? And after you have done that, number 4, think about what you're going to say before saying it to someone else. Now that we've learned how to positively speak to ourselves, we're going to also be mindful of what we say to somebody else. We're going to think about it first. We're not going to say the first thing that comes to mind. We have to have a filter, because this way we prevent ourselves from hurting someone else. Everything that comes to your mind doesn't mean you have to say it. A wise man keep his mouth, okay, and keep his life. Sometimes the smartest thing we can do is not say anything at all. You don't always have to say something to someone else if you don't have a positive thing to say. But think about what you're about to say before you say it. Examine the situation, even to yourself. Think about what you're about to say to yourself before you say it. Before you look in the mirror and say, oh, I'm too big. Okay, encourage yourself to lose the weight if that's what you need to do. Or I'm not good enough, this is bad. Okay, maybe there's an opportunity to do better. I can try again. I can do it again. Let me go at it one more time. Okay, let me make sure that I put my all in it next time. But instead of downing yourself, let's turn it into a positive thing and do the same thing when we speak into someone else. Okay, so we think about what we say before we actually put it out into the atmosphere. That's number 4. And number 5, empathize with the person that you're thinking about, that you're talking to. What is it? And put yourself in their position. Okay? And try to see things from their point of view. That will probably help you to be able to be more positive in what you're saying. And give yourself grace. If it's pertaining to yourself, give yourself grace, sis. Bro, give yourself grace. It is okay. Grace is okay. God gives us grace, and we can give ourselves grace and give the next person grace as well. That's where the empathy comes in. Okay? Put yourself in their position. And if you can, just give them grace. Everything doesn't need a negative reaction. Just let it be a pass. Sometimes let certain things slide. So exercise grace to others and grace to yourself. All right? And Ephesians 4:29 tells us that we can even destroy somebody with our words. So this is why grace is important. 4:29 says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful for building up others according to their need, that it may benefit those that listen. Listen to me, man. The positive speaking thing is a big thing. Okay? And so that is number 5. So, number 6. Okay? Number 6 is watching your company. Watch the company that you keep. Because the company that you keep will also affect how you speak. How can two walk together except they agree? Amos 3:3. Okay? So if you're around negative people, you're probably going to speak the way they speak, which is negatively. So surround yourself with more positive people. Surround yourself with people who are going to pour positively into you, who are going to encourage you to be more positive, who's going to see the good in you, Don't nobody want to be around somebody who's always negative, or somebody who's going to down talk them and speak down to them and tell them what they're not. No, you need somebody to tell you who you are in God, who's going to encourage you, tell you you can do this. Okay? Someone that's going to help motivate you and push you to higher heights and deeper depths in God and your relationship and whatever it is that you're trying to do or overcome or conquer. They're supporting you. You need a support system, a positive support system. So watch the company that you keep. All right? That's number 6. And the final one. If you don't have nothing good to say nothing at all. Okay? If you have nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. Just be quiet. Nothing is wrong with being quiet sometimes. You can learn a lot that way too. So if you don't have a good thing to say in a situation, and that goes for yourself, if you can't speak positively to yourself in a circumstance and something is going on, or you see it and you just can't find the words how to make this a positive thing and how to encourage yourself, don't say anything. Don't say anything at all. Be positive in the things that you say. Be encouraging in the things that you say. Okay? Proverbs 13 verse 3 says, "He who guards his lip guards his life, but he who speaks rashly will come to ruin." Don't speak too rashly. Sometimes just chill, just be quiet. Don't say nothing. All right? So these are just 7 ways to help you, and I'm sure you can probably come up with some more, but just to get the ball rolling in the right and positive direction. 7 ways to help you out to be positive. Now, if this video helped you, please be sure to type in the comment the one that's going to help you the most, the one that you really need to work on, what area it is, or which one of these 7 points, okay, is something that you're going to put into practice this week. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, to hit that notification button, and thumbs up for this video. Share also, all right? Y'all have a great week. Bye.